Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, and I feel like I just saw you guys not too not too long ago for Quiplash last night. If you didn't see the Quiplash game, you got to go back and watch that stream because literally I had all dismal Disney prompts for the first game, and you guys' answers were absolutely hysterical. So you have to go back and check that. But for today, for this morning, this is the Resort Recon podcast where myself and a couple of my other theme park friends, we get together, chat up what's going on, what's new, what's popping, and just what's downright sad when it comes to theme parks. And of course, we're a little extra for these next upcoming weeks because some of us have been to Epic Universe before it opens to the public. So we have lots of information, but this one, we're going to be going into depth about just how scared Disney is with them rolling out these coupons and why you got to be careful if you think you want to take advantage of them. So we will definitely talk about that. I see you guys coming in between X and between YouTube. And I also see some folks are watching this over on Ron's channel, Follow the Bradley's Fun. So without further ado, let me bring in my fellow theme park nerds. We have got Erica from Hanging with Erica and Rob, and we have Ron from Follow the Bradley's Fun. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Good. I feel very washed out. Why am I so washed out?
I don't know. Sometimes it's the overhead light. I've had that happen to me a couple of times, but you guys all look great.
Maybe I should turn off the overhead. Yes. Yeah.
Or dim it. Or dim it a little bit. That'll work. Lighting, I tell you, this streaming game, so much of it involves lighting. I had no idea how complicated things were with like lighting and stuff. Like I can't have yellow light or red light. That makes me look like the Walking Dead. So it has to be either it's just with my particular undertones. It's like it has to be either blue light or like blue green light somewhere around there, or like bright shocking neon pink or something like that. It's crazy.
I've yet to figure out. I just keep it on the warm yellow. That seems to do good for now.
Yeah, some people that works great.
Color.
Well, folks, let's see who we have got in the chat because we can talk amongst ourselves, but you guys in the chat are our co-hosts with your questions, with your comments, and all that stuff. So let's see who we have got. I see Keely Chow says, "Hey, everybody, good early morning from Hong Kong." And again, I'm so jealous because you are in Hong Kong, one of the places on my bucket list to go and visit. And let's see, we've got Tom F., one of my amazing mods, along with Keely Chow. Says, hey, it's a Resort Recon. Hit the like on the way in and check to see if you're still subbed. Yes, because YouTube will drop some of your subscribers. Just even people who have been subbed for the longest time, they'll like drop you. So for your favorite channels, you need to double check, make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube is shady with that kind of stuff. Erica's here, of course. She's on the panel. And we have got Barry on who says, "I'm only a minute late. That's early for me." Tell you guys in the chat, you are never late. Just like Gandalf, you arrive precisely when you intend to arrive. So we're glad to see you. Let's see. We got Brian Acosta in the chat. Hello, says hello everyone. Well, hello Brian. Good to see you. Good to see you. And let's see, we have Phil Metzger. Hello. Yeah, he was at Quiplash last night. Yep, you're right. Came up with a better answer to one of the Quiplashes from yesterday in the comments. Yeah, somebody commented and said, "Our dismal Disney Quiplash was funnier than anything Disney has ever put out." So we're going to
Doesn't
do
take
that.
much these days.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But I tell you, my chat, they are savage with the answers. And even when they
Take my
like
card.
the two answers are like literally the same thing. It's like Bob Iger, this scenario, Bob Iger, this scenario. It's freaking uncanny. For Oswald says, "Hello, my dear. Good seeing you. Disney needs to bring back the classics. They need to. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do. What do you guys think? It's like I think they
I
really need to go back to their fundamentals of
Yeah.
storytelling."
I think if they would have cleaned up the print of Snow White and released it as a digital copy in theaters and made it like 4K sound, whatever, I think that if they would have spent just a tiny fraction, maybe $1 million doing that, they would have had a box office bonanza on their hands. And instead of losing literally like $500 million, they would have actually made
Yeah.
money. What a concept.
Yeah. They need to lean
Mhm.
into their old school, what they're known for. Their fairy tales,
Can
storytelling.
you imagine hand-drawn
Walt.
animation coming back? Like,
Oh,
That would be awesome. I wish these animation studios would at least release a 2D animation like once in a while, just to kind of mix it up, give kids variety in animation because
mhm,
there's so many different styles nowadays than what we grew up with, you know, and just kind of keep
exactly.
it alive.
Yeah,
yeah, it's
because if
funny.
you
It's
don't,
funny.
oh, go ahead, bro.
Well, I was going to say the Isle of Berk thing is so cool when you go there, but I realized that from watching How to Train Your Dragon, the 3D animation was so good in some parts that some of the background stuff looked almost real. And I'm like, okay, they're going to bring it to life and it's going to be real, but how
Mhm.
different is it going to be? I mean, they literally have what is the name? Gerard? Is it Gerard?
Gerard
Is
Depardieu. What was
it
Gerard
Gerard
Butler? Gerard
Butler?
Butler. Yeah,
Yeah, isn't he's the same guy? He's playing the same role.
he's playing the same guy. Yeah, in the live action. I'm like,
So
okay.
sure it's gonna be. I mean, I'm gonna love it, I think, but it's pretty much
I
looks
am.
like a shot for shot kind of a thing. So which I don't have an issue with. Even the actress is playing Astrid. She looks fine in the live action from what I can tell. So but it's that I really want to see. I want to see if there's even the artistry out there that they could get enough people to do a hand-drawn animation these days. Is that even possible? How about a Rip-a-verse movie with hand-drawn animation? Oh wow, how cool would that be?
That would be cool. And for folks who do not think that 2D animation is not that bankable, I got two words for you. Studio Ghibli. Hayao Miyazaki, like he loves Disney. Like anytime you watch a Studio Ghibli film, it's almost like you're seeing a Disney film with the way that the colors are and the stories are and how amazing the animation looks. I mean, it's 2D animation, but you're just like, I feel like I'm immersed in all of it. And it's just absolutely man, absolutely I freaking love Studio Ghibli. I love those films. They are so much fun and they're safe to keep let your kids watch. Erica, did you see the broccoli comment? Is that what
No,
you're
I was looking at Phil Metzger because that thought has actually passed through my head before. So I'm just laughing.
that was the answer to one of the questions?
Oh, really?
Seriously.
Oh,
I ran into it. It was the first time I came up with original prompts for Quiplash instead of the canned ones that they have, and it was all Disney related. Like what scent of body wash would Bob Iger use for his 2 showers a day?
Oh my
And
gosh.
I have to clip. I have to clip just that section of the game because It was freaking gold. And I can't wait till the next one. Now that I've done one with my prompts, my own prompts, man, next one's gonna be fire. I cannot wait. Let's see. Feels like I'll bounce back and forth. Let's see. The Barbrick Studio is here. Hello, hello. I see Ron's mom. Hey, Kathleen. Good to see you. Good to see you here. We've got the Bud Files. Both the Bud Files and Farbricks are over there through Ron's channel. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All light make me look dead, so I stay in the dark. You vampire child.
He's a pirate.
Let's see. Jared Markham. This is a very good question. Why do you think they're closing Epic early? Is it possible they're going to add perks for the most expensive resorts as well? We are going to talk about that when we get into the Epic Universe section. So I'm pinning that comment, Jared, so we can come back to that, because between all of us, I think we've got a good idea of probably why they're doing that. Hey, Dan says, hey guys, hope everyone is having an epic day. Well, I believe we certainly are, for sure. And let's see, Alaskan Air. Dude, you read my mind. Let me show you this. This
they put
abomination.
Tiana's Bayou Adventure on there.
On of all airlines, Alaska.
Oh my gosh!
Airline.
Oh, they're desperate, huh?
I mean, why this isn't on Delta Airlines, which have made a heck of a lot more sense. I don't know.
Tiana? Why not do like Tinkerbell, or Mickey Mouse? One of their more classic, iconic.
They're trying to promote their newest ride. It's really that simple. That is literally the only thing that Disney has that's new right now. Think about it.
It doesn't even feel that new because it's broken all the time.
I know.
It feels like an old attraction that's just like clunk, 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 clunk.
But also, you think about this, as long as it might take to do something like this, that deal could have been done a year ago when they thought that this was going to be
this is true.
Attraction. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works.
I mean, it could have been.
Oh, Disney. Always a day late and $1 short.
Mm-hmm. They have been so late to the table with their changes lately as far as keeping up with what people want. It's like, I think of the backlog of stuff that we still have to get through the pipeline that is, identity politics type stuff. Or are they just going to keep leaning into it, which they might do? I don't know. I don't want them to tell stories. That's all. Just tell good stories. I don't care who's in it.
That's the thing. It's like the people who, you've got the company run by a weatherman, not a storyteller, or someone who is I would say, champion for good storytelling. You've pretty much got someone there who the company is all about him and how much merchandise that he can push. Nothing about preserving Walt's legacy. And as several of us who have been to Epic Universe will tell you, it's literally like the spirit of Walt Disney went over to Epic Universe instead. It is not an understatement to say that whatsoever. It is.
Yeah,
it's so
very
obvious.
much. It very much feels that way. You could. It really does kind of feel like. It's so weird to say. Like it feels like maybe what a fifth gate at Disney would kind of have felt like had they done that instead. Although, I would have loved, for example, I would have loved a Star Wars park where with like think about it like Epic Universe, but as a Star Wars park where each portal was you going through light speed or whatever, like the Millennium Falcon does. Like they had that effect. I can imagine that effect in the portals, and you're walking through, and then you're on Endor, you are on Coruscant, or you're on wherever, and they would have made the worlds like that, and then like the Death Star in the middle or whatever. I don't know. They're just there's so many ways in which Disney has dropped the ball and Universal has picked it up. Very simple put.
Yeah, because Universal is not giving back all of the Imagineers from Disney, and
No.
Disney laid off. They're like, no, you're not getting it back. You're not getting it back.
They've got their work cut out for them for I think the next decade of I think things that are already planned. Of I know this from talking to somebody that I can't really say the source, but I know for a fact because I know this person worked on Epic. Their Zelda's going somewhere, but they're waiting to see whether it will be at Epic or Islands or both.
Wow. I can't wait. Selfishly, I want it to be over in Islands because the way that Poseidon's Fury is set up, it's perfect for Hyrule. I mean, just
absolutely.
It's so perfect for Hyrule. Hey, Thomas Bowman. Hello. This is just got finished with Culture's live show and decided to see who was on. Got lucky to go with Lorena. Well, we are glad you are here. I am all of us usually here Saturdays at 12 noon to hang out and talk theme parks for sure. And hey, Braylon says, hey, hashtag it's Recon time. Love you all. By the way, Reina Creole, I emailed you my rebrand master plan, which I think could give Disney new life. Check it out sometime. I think it could be a resort recon episode. Okay, I'll put that one in the queue. So we can kind of take a look like that. Yes, Tom, I could tell you were trying to behave. I could totally tell. You behaved so good. An answer that I thought was yours wasn't yours. That's how good you were. Hey, Ronan buddies. It's morning, folks. Morning, and I see you with the Judy hops. For those who are watching on X, it looks like there's an issue with X streaming to X. So if the stream dropped, because I don't know if X has restored it or not. Hopefully they did, but if not, just please come on over here to YouTube and watch. That is the first time I've seen that happen. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll get itself worked out. All right, so let's see. Oh, we said Braylon, said Jared. Long Rua, hello. Says, I noticed there's a bar for every land in Epic, including the one currently being built next to Burke, yet no bar option in any of the surrounding area near Nintendo. I believe that's on purpose. I don't know if there's a bar being built. You mean outside of Isle of Burke, like in Celestial Park, which would make sense that it's in Celestial Park. Nintendo World definitely does not have any bar options, even when you dine in the Toadstool Cafe. Completely family friendly.
I think that's a Nintendo brand thing. They probably had an agreement,
which I think is really, really good. I really do, because just like with the kid-friendly, atmosphere with all the toads and the warp pipes and stuff that are in there, it's so fun to go in there. Although I will say, if you want to visit the Toadstool Cafe when the park opens to the public, get there early and pack your portions. That's all I'm going to say about that. I love it. I love the Toadstool Cafe. Let's see. Dylan. Hey, Lorena. Hey, Ron and Erica. Sup, chat. Good seeing you, Dylan. Good seeing you. And let's see. We got a super chat here from Borg Porg. Dude, haven't seen you in ages. So glad you're here. Yeah, we definitely got to hit you up with the with Lester's.
This is pathetic.
Join in, folks. It's yodeling time.
Here at Lester's.
Elephant green screen effect.
I will never let those pixie dusters forget how much simping they did for Disney with Tiana's broccoli adventure. I will never let you forget, and I will never let was it Mickey Blog? I think it's Mickey Blog that y'all said that Tiana's Bayou adventure was a necessary downgrade.
Oh god, that was
Bless you,
That
my.
was a slap in
bless
the
your heart.
face.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
Yeah.
know, he also wrote that like, what was it? Just a couple days after I met him. I like him; he's a nice guy. But come on.
between that and Tom Corliss's group over at WW News Today, basically saying it's a racist ride that needs to be replaced. Shut up. Seriously. Seriously. Thank you so much for the $5 board port. I love that avatar. Fan Fest at Universal Hollywood was great. All right. The Star Trek food was delicious. About to try the One Piece themed ribs. And Back to the Future and Dungeons and
Dungeons
Dragons
and
like
Dragons.
best mazes. Oh, this I'm so glad to hear that because with Epic opening here, they had the Fan Fest at Universal Hollywood, like Star Trek, Back to the Future, Dungeons and Dragons, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen. I mean, it was insane what they did with that. I want to say that it's their answer to D23. Well, one, that it wasn't, the obscene amount of money that D23 wants you pay, and just so much stuff they had going on there. I mean, I'm so glad to hear that that went off well, because I wanted to go because it looks so cool. And one of the things that Universal is definitely on board with, that Disney, I don't know why, well, they're probably not thinking about it anyway, how popular anime is, how scarily popular anime is. Yeah. Disney, you're missing out because the kids love anime, and Disney security likes anime too. I found because I have a My Hero Academia backpack. I love it because it's got like a triple zippers. 9 times out of 10, when I have to go to security at Disney and they see that bag, they start talking about what anime they like, which one do you like the best, did you finish reading the season, all that. It's insane. It's insane for them talking more passionately about anime than they are about the Disney parks. Hey, Kiss My Grits says, I believe Alaska Airlines is a corporate alliance partner with Disney, so the rat plane is likely part of their contractual obligation. Oh, well, okay. And you would know, my dear, right? Okay, that makes sense. I'm just kind of like, really? That's when you're going to drop that to the plane when the attraction doesn't even work. Are they serving okras on the flight? They have to the dancing okra. I think the flight attendant should be wearing dancing okra.
All right, I just got a great idea for a brand new T-shirt in my mind. I got to figure out how to design it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have Disco Yeti dancing with dancing okra.
why not? Universal clowned the Disco Yeti in their tribute store for Mardi Gras. That's pretty funny. Disco Yeti. That's hilarious. Hey, Jeremy Heath. Good to see you. And let's see, BR Geist, hello, says, I agree. If it doesn't go into IOA, I'm afraid that beautiful temple facade will be in danger. Yeah, and that's my thing. That whole temple, it's amazing. If you think it's amazing on the outside, it's amazing on the inside. You when it was open, you went through a ring of water. Like literally, there was like water arcing and you walked through this like water tunnel, and I want to say it kind of looked like Raiders of the Lost Ark in there. I like that more than I thought that I would. And hey, 40s Mandalorian.
It's a huge area back there with the. I was thinking that they have at Islands of Adventure, they have two huge empty theaters. They've got that. They've got the Poseidon. What was his name?
Poseidon's Fury, yeah.
Yeah, but who was it? I can't think of his name. Anyway, and then they have the one in front by Dudley Do Rights, and it's like, wow, you've got an opportunity for two great big giant shows here, and they're not there for some reason. I always thought that they were going to put a big Harry Potter show in, but it hasn't gotten done yet. So I hope they
Yeah.
do. Hope they do.
Yeah, they've got plans. They Disney, not Disney, Universal Creative basically said they have plans that they're putting in motion for
Oh, yeah.
enhancements to the studios and to Islands of Adventure. So I just can't. They're going to make us wait. They're going to make us wait, and it'll be the worst kept secret in the world. And they'll be building stuff. And when people say, "Is it so and so?" I don't know what you're talking about. And the next thing you know, boom, right?
They can get rid of Jimmy Fallon in my opinion. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I know 40s Mandalorian. It's worse that no one trusts Disney anymore because they have become a family brand that doesn't believe in family values. Yeah, that's really sad. Long Rua says one can consider the current Aryan era Walt is Shigeru Miyamoto, and he is working with the guy.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
Too funny. Thank you so much for that. Let's see. Can Nintendo make a Super Mario power-up hunt app in the style of Pokemon Go? They might. I mean, they've got the power-up bands, which I got to purchase one tomorrow, that works with the Universal app. And they have the same thing out in Hollywood. So it's like you have this app and, you're bringing up points and stuff like that. And it shows up in the app. I can't wait to try it. That's going to be so
$43
fun.
with our discount.
43. I thought they weren't discounting it.
I got 10 or 15% off on the band.
I could be wrong. I would love to be wrong on that one. I'll find it.
But I just know what I paid. I know I know that the final amount with tax was like 43 and change. Okay. So
which one did you get?
I got Luigi for my son because
Luigi.
I don't know if I'll use the power-up band myself. I kind of sort of used it when I was there, and I'm like, I don't know that's really me. But my son, I'll have to get one for him and probably get Mario for my older son Zeb when we go together, because those two boys will probably just want to stay in Nintendo World like literally for the entire day. The first time we go, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that was me. I wanted to stay, but I wanted to check out Dark Universe, but I want to say 80% of my time was in Super Nintendo World. Super Nintendo World is kind of like Diagon Alley over at the studios. No one's in a hurry to leave at all.
Well, I mean, it's so like I don't think I'll ever have that feeling again, because that's the first time that I walked in, except I get to see what I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see Xander's face the first time he goes up the escalator and goes through the pipe and walks into that world, because it's going to be, I just think, one of the most special moments in his life, certainly my life, because as a 53-year-old, the way I felt when it, like, here's the scene, right? It's opening to you, and then you come through and you enter into the world and you're like, wow. I mean, God, it's so amazing.
It because that's what you and I and Dan's Life of the Kingdom talked about. We were just like, literally, we almost started crying as soon as you exit Princess Peach's castle, and it was like bright blue sky, and it's just like, I feel like I just stepped into the game.
The thing is, the day that we were there together,
felt like 1987.
Yeah, it was so blue. The sky was so blue, it felt fake. People have asked me, is it indoors? Because the sky was so blue, like there was no, they thought maybe I was, no, I just happened to be there a day when the sky was that blue, but apparently.
That's how blue the sky can get in Florida. That's how bright the sun can get.
Yeah, but apparently
genius for putting it in Florida.
Yes, it does.
That's crazy, really?
Yes, it does. I didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave. It's like they're gonna have to kick me out the park. Because I did not, I was tired, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to go, but I didn't want to go home. And apparently nobody else wanted to either. Right?
No,
Super
where did
Nintendo world. No one is in a hurry to leave. It is, oh my gosh, it's so insane. And I love it there.
Mm.
I still got to edit my vlogs for that because I have so much footage. I'm just like,
Oh my gosh.
and then forgot
Yeah.
footage that I forgot to upload. So that kind of put me behind. Hey, Mama Else, it's good afternoon. Well, good afternoon, my dear, and I hope this good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, our moms are in the chat.
Yeah,
Yep.
I love it when moms are in the chat. They're so much fun. And Spaceman says, "Hail, Reina, Universal gets it because they get us." Yes, they do.
Yep.
They get
They
us.
ask.
They ask, they find out, and they know exactly what merchandise to put in the parks that will make us completely lose common sense and say, "Shut up, here, take it, take my money." They know the feeling that we want to have, when we go. Even the bands that you get, because when you go in Donkey Kong, Minecart Madness, and you tap your magic band, it'll, well, not magic band, but power band, it does these really cool effects that are in it. When you have that, and it's effects that you remember from the games. I mean, it's, again, even going up the warp pipe, the same sound effects
Pew, pew, pew.
that you
Yep,
hear
it does.
going up the
Well,
warp pipe.
you are going through the pipe. I think of the missed opportunity. Everything in Epic. And even when I was at Islands the other day, or Universal Diagon Alley, and you see the people with the wands interacting in the land, and you go,
Mhm.
and the power up bands. Why is there such a ridiculous amount of missed opportunity in Galaxy's Edge to be able to use the freaking Force? It's not that difficult to have some type of a water fountain where, if you interacted with it the right way, because that maybe it has to do with having purchased the lightsaber, the upgrade. But even that, and then you get a special chip or something, or band or whatever, and with that band, that enables you to use the Force, quote unquote, the Force. And how did I'm just saying, how did Disney miss that? It's what, 17 acres, Galaxy's Edge,
Mhm.
huge land. And you said that the reason you made it outside of the Star Wars universe that we know is because you wanted people to have their own experience, their own Star Wars story. But I've been in that land so many times, and there's nothing that I've ever done that's made me feel like I'm creating my own damn Star Wars story. And yet the wands, the power-up bands, all that stuff, it's like, what in my brain, honestly, I really do have a hard time with my brain wrapping around the idea that Universal has out Disneyed Disney over the last decade. It's
And
gone. It's like the magic.
yeah,
It's over there.
it's on purpose, because when Universal, and here's the thing, the studios is great, but Islands of Adventure, there's a reason why that park has been like on the top 10 list for I don't know how long, because that park, you had the Imagineers that Disney were like, we don't need you. Universal's like, yeah, come over here to our park. It's just like, what do you want to do? And their emphasis is, and it used to be like this with Disney, like when that emotional hit that you get when you show up in on Main Street USA, that's the
Mhm.
same feeling that you get when you go through the main Chronos. Also, but when you go through each one of those lands, that's what you get. But Universal understands that it's an emotional reaction to what's going on. The wand immediately, that puts you in the mindset of when you're in the wizarding world of Harry Potter, because the wand, that's a very personal thing, especially with, the wand ceremony and all of that. You could literally take your wand to the wizarding world of Harry Potter, not ride an attraction at all, and still have fun with a $70 investment. Power Up Band, same thing. It's not just the band, but the fact that you can recreate being in the Nintendo games, hitting all those blocks and everything, and just the sound effects and everything, you're immersed in the game. And Disney has forgotten about that immersion, like you're saying, Ron, with lightsabers. They could have done that. But
Well, it's
Yeah.
like this,
Vision.
and we'll probably discuss this, but it's again reactionary, which it shouldn't have been reactionary, but they're creating those new worlds for Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run, and I'm like, wasn't it supposed to open with those back in 2019, if I remember correctly, 6 years ago? So it's taking 6 years to get something we were supposed to get on opening day of, I mean, that's half a decade, Disney. You know, I
Yeah,
just
totally.
I,
Let's
it
see. Hey,
again, I always tell people this, it breaks my heart because I'm a Disney fan. It does not break my
yeah,
heart because if I always hated Disney, that would be a whole different idea for me. But I loved going to these parks. I still enjoy the parks. I still enjoy Disney parks. It's just they have a lot of unnecessary downgrades.
they do. They do. Hey, Aldo. Remember for
Although
2 months. Thank you so much, my dear. Says Whiplash was better than the actual opera. So
Oh gosh. Wow.
yeah, you again. Oh my gosh, maybe I'll put a timestamp, but I really do think that I need to make that into a separate video with all of the dismal Disney prompts that we had going on. It was just too much fun. And thank you for being a member for 2 months, Aldo. Appreciate that. I saw Florentine in the chat. I saw Lucky Goof Star 35 in the chat. So many of you folks, welcome. Ron's favorite when he was talking to the portraits. Yeah, Camera Girl is still talking about that. I mean, the fact that you go up there and you're just like, oh, it's just a portrait, but they can see you.
that I thought I thought it was automated. I literally thought, okay, this because I've been on like the first Harry Potter ride, in the castle in Hogwarts.
Mhm,
They have all those pictures on the wall, and they start talking and stuff, but they're not talking
mhm.
to you. And I thought it was like that, And then all of a sudden, that she starts to address me, and I'm like, wait, I'm having a conversation, and I get that there's some type of a turtle talk with crush technologies
Yeah,
type of thing going on there, and I get that, because the Mystic Fountain, that thing still talks to you, and I think that's hilarious.
yep.
It's funny, but when the pictures do it, and they look like paintings when you first see them, and first of all, I also thought it was only her, and then all of a
I
sudden
did too.
the other two start reacting and move, and you're like, this, it's I'm it sounds what's the
I
word
think I'd be
it
starstruck
it
over
was
portraits talking to
it
me.
was
I'd be standing there like,
cool.
I
it
was.
was I mean, for lack of a
I don't
better
know what.
word, it was in fact magical. It was you really feel, I mean, in all of the worlds, Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade, and now Ministry of Magic, Universal has freaking knocked it out of the park with these Harry Potter lands. And I'm not a Harry Potter fan. I'm not a fan of the movies. I'll watch them. I think they're somewhat entertaining. It's just very different to go and be in that world. And I think that's the thing that Disney forgot when they built Galaxy's Edge. They should have built a world that fans are familiar with, so that non-fans could step in there and be like, oh my gosh, I want to go watch Star Wars now. Because that's what happened with me with Harry Potter. I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to go watch all the Harry Potter movies now. And it's, that obviously creates some revenue stream for them somewhere when somebody becomes a new fan of a property.
Mhm.
Same thing with Isla Burke. I had never watched How to Train Your Dragon. And now, considering one of my shorts on YouTube is doing what it's doing, I couldn't believe it. I am really, really happy that I have
Same,
watched How to Train Your Dragon. It's incredible.
same. And with Harry Potter, again, one of the integral pieces of the mythos in Harry Potter are the talking portraits. So they have them over in Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, but this is like version 3.0 with how the portraits, how they look. So the talking portraits, that's integral. So I'm like, I'm so glad that they did that. Although I was just like, wait, what? You can see me? You can see me? And Spaceman, you are 100% correct, which is interesting because Chris Gore, who used to be on G4, if y'all don't even, go check out Film Threat. He was telling me, when you're at the parks, he said when he went to Wizarding World of Harry Potter, he was stunned. Yes, they would. The old G4 when it was fun. When it was fun and they were doing geeky stuff in it. I remember that with G4. Quiplash was fun last night. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Barry. We had an absolute blast. And yes, Kiss My Grits Galaxy's Edge is super boring and basically the equivalent of walking through a street market in Abu Dhabi with a dive bar. Okay, with a dive bar. There's, besides the Millennium Falcon, I like being in Docking Bay 7. I actually do like that. That one, is actually pretty nice. But the rest of it, oh my gosh, again, people with no idea of what Star Wars truly is and what makes Star Wars special. Putting
I
that
have
thing
never
together.
been to Abu Dhabi, but I have been to East Jerusalem, the old city in East Jerusalem, and I have walked through the market there, and now I realize what he's talking about. It's interesting. Pretty soon we might get ourselves a Yoshi egg bucket.
I just responded. I'm sitting here asking, is it a popcorn bucket? What is
Guessing.
this?
It could be.
I
It could
like
be a popcorn bucket.
I want the toothless one so bad.
Wouldn't that be adorable for an Easter egg or Easter basket? Like if you just held on to it for next year for oh my gosh. You just
It is so.
I've done Mario Easter baskets, but like getting the stuff from Nintendo World, I mean, that's just like next level for an Easter basket for a little boy or even a little girl.
It's so, oh my gosh, it's
Okay,
so.
so now imagine next Easter they have an event at the park where they have an Easter egg hunt.
That'd be so fun. You have to go find the Yoshi eggs. Oh my gosh.
I'm not, you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I have footage, but I haven't put out yet. The Yoshi ride is so cute, but the queue inside is even cuter. It's so much fun in there.
I actually commented, I mean, I think you hear it on the vlog. When I walked into Yoshi ride, I was like, "Oh, what?" It blew me away because I wasn't expecting that. Like because you're like, "Oh, I am in." Let me. There's a way to put it. Lorena, I'll ask you, and Erica, because you've probably been. When you walk into what is supposed to be the immersive world of Toy Story Land, because you're supposed to be in Andy's backyard, how do you feel when you walk in there compared to Super Nintendo World? Because I feel nothing when I walk into Toy Story Land. I feel it's hot. There is some level of theming, but I don't feel like I'm in Andy's backyard. I don't feel like I've become a toy, but when I walked into Super Nintendo World, I was like, I'm freaking in Mario's universe. Like it was the scale of the feeling was so different. And Toy Story Land is supposed to be immersive. I love Toy Story Mania, fun thing with the gun. By the way, you may have noticed this. Did you go on the roller coaster in Isla Burke?
I did not. So I'm actually going to be doing that Monday because I couldn't go over there.
Real similar to, and you'll tell me if you get this feel when you get off it. It's real similar to Slinky Dog Dash as far as the feel. It's like Slinky Dog Dash with different theming.
Okay.
But it has a second launch during the ride and stuff. So it feels like that level of roller coaster. A lot of fun. They're two very different roller coasters. That's fine, but it just baffles my mind. And here's the thing: I would love Disney and Universal to both be at the same level. I have no issue with that. They're competitive parks. They do somewhat cater to a different crowd. I just wish that Disney was catering more to their family crowd than they were catering to drunken single adults who want to party and want a bar literally every place that they turn, because that's what Disney's doing right now. They're building a bar in the freaking lobby of the Grand Floridian when you have one upstairs. Oh,
I know. Makes zero sense. But I will say about Toy Story Land, because I do love it there. It's like I do feel like I'm a toy when I go there. What I don't like is the open atmosphere, because Toy Story Land, that was, well, we'll back up a little bit. Toy Story Midway Mania, that queue, that's what the Yoshi attraction reminded me of. And I think Midway Mania was there first before they started building up the rest of it, because I hated that. It's better at night, but I totally get where you're going with that, with the lack of shade and all that stuff. But it still stays freaking busy, and I
it's
love
way
the
better. It is way better at night, Toy Story Land. But the funny thing about it is, I always said this because I could see the whole area from above when I was working at Disney because of where I was stationed. I was 16 stories high and above Hollywood Studios. So I could look into it. And I always said, from here, it looks like Star Wars is a Star Wars playset in Andy's backyard. like it's not Galaxy's Edge isn't really from Star Wars. It's actually a toy playset that belongs to Andy.
Wow. But I definitely will say that when you walk into the queue for the Yoshi attraction, I thought Toy Story Midway Mania, because that's one of my favorite attractions to go on for so many reasons. How well the queue, is themed. It looks like, Andy put the stuff together. And when you're in the queue for Yoshi, it's like Yoshi's World. It is.
Yeah.
It is so cute. I would have to say every queue that I've been in at Epic Universe reminds you of how Imagineering at Disney used to do queues for attractions. The attraction started the moment that you stepped into the queue. And that's the same thing that they've got going on at Epic Universe. Let's see, something else somebody else said. Interestingly enough, Side Scrollers podcast, shout out to Stuttering Craig and Blabber and Collector. They are going to be at Epic Universe when it opens. So I would say definitely check their footage as well. They are so excited about going. So yeah, G4 would have been on the ground. Oh, sorry, Erica.
Who's G? I'm sorry. What's G4?
G4. Oh my gosh, how do I explain it? It was basically the geek television of the 90s. Used to be on cable. Used to be on cable.
Oh, that's probably why. We didn't have cable. That explains
it. It's like it was, it was on cable, and everything from like gaming's geek stuff, really, really crazy skits, like road tripping with your friends to San Diego Comic-Con.
See, now I grew up with you can't do that on television. So
yes, I was just gonna say I grew up with Nickelodeon. You can't do that on television. Yeah.
Yeah, G4, Attack of the Show, which was one of my favorite ones too. So it was basically let's say Geek TV when Geek TV was fun. It was all about having fun. Nobody cared what anybody thought about political correctness, about tourists coming into it was just geek stuff, like for geeks. So definitely check out Film Threat, because I tell you, Chris Gore was hilarious on that show.
Yeah, I only got to see cable shows at my grandparents', and that was whenever I was at their house. So it was like weekends, holidays, and I would just soak it all up with Nickelodeon and Disney and like TNT, TBS with the Looney Tunes. That was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. G4 was so cool back then. Yes, it was. Attack of the Show, X-Play. It was, just check it out. Yeah, the incarnation of G4 that nobody liked. Yes, that was the one with Frost, and I roasted her 8 ways from Sunday with regards to that rant. It's like G4 used to be cool, and then when they brought it back as not being cool. And it's so I would say what G4 used to do in the 90s, podcasters on YouTube are doing now and doing it much better, which is why when G4 when G4 came back, we're like, this is not the G4 that we remember. So you guys are awesome. 95 of you guys watching between YouTube, and it looks like the X stream is back up. So thanks all of you guys for being there and following us. Make sure you hit that like button. I wanted to share this before I forgot, because for some folks who don't know, I I wasn't happy with Universal using a offshore Indian call site to answer my questions about the AP preview, because on Universal's website they were like, okay, if you have tickets during when it's open to the public, you can get it transferred to an AP preview ticket. I'm like, okay, I call, I'm on the line for like 5 hours, and then I get some dude on who doesn't know what the heck he's talking about telling me that I couldn't do that. And I said, well, on the website, it definitely says that you can do that. So I'm like, you're useless. So I just hung up. So when I was at Universal on Thursday, I said, well, let me just go to customer service and see, guest services, see what they could do. So this is Dan at guest services. Super props to Dan. That's actually him. That's Dan, who helped me get my tickets transferred. So I was just like, thank you so much. Props. I dropped it on X, and they said, yeah, we'll give him a Universal Orlando fist bump. I'm like, okay, cool. But this is the first time I've seen them record the actual fist bump with the actual Universal team member that helped me out. So I thought this was so cool, because one, the team member gets a shout out. So if you are at Universal and a team member really, really goes above and beyond to help you out, definitely shout them out on social media, because Universal does. First of all, the people handling their social media, they are absolutely gangster. I love them. They are constantly, on top of that. So definitely thankful for Dan, which is why I can go back to Epic Universe and enjoy the AP preview before the massive humanity is there in May. So definitely just wanted to give props, because tell you, they can seriously help you out when you need it. And I actually got extra money back actually because of that.
Nice.
So that was cool. That was very, very cool. Someone had asked me a question. Theodore Smith, hello. Will Universal be performing any major revamps of the main Uniparks in Orlando? It now seems a bit dated compared to the other two parks. Theodore Smith, welcome, and thank you for that comment. And the answer is yes. Universal Orlando dropped, an official press release. I think they also did a video with the head of Universal Creative that said, now that Epic Universe is coming online, there are things coming to the other parks. So
there's a few things that we know about too. We know that Rock and Roller Coaster is going to be replaced. I would assume there's been talk about, I don't know how they do it, because there's been talk about Springfield getting replaced, but Springfield is pretty darn big area of the park, so I don't know. I mean, I don't. Do you replace the Simpsons or not? I don't know that you do.
They could, if Universal, because right now Disney has the rights to the Simpsons, but Universal is actively using the Simpsons license. So as long as they're actively using it, they can keep that. But they may
Mhm.
decide, and this is probably smart considering, how The Simpsons has gone down the toilet, to give it up. And they'll
Yeah.
probably retheme that land to something else, which I love it. It's like time in a bottle back when when
That
Simpsons
was
was
good.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it was good, when it was non-PC. I mean, if you go over to Simpsons Land, just go inside Food Avenue, where all the like
Oh,
Krusty, like the
yeah.
Krusty, not the Krusty Krab, excuse me, Krusty Burger, Cletus's Chicken Shack. You go inside there, and the loops that they have running of the Simpsons cartoons is like the old school ones. And the safety lecture, the safety video in the Simpsons ride is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. It's with Itchy and Scratchy, and it is crazy as you think it would be. It's so darn funny. I absolutely love it. Sam Wolf, Life of a Military Wife. Hello. Says, thank you for letting me know you were doing this. Well, you are very, very welcome. Any information on military discounts for Epic Universe? Yes.
Mhm.
If you can get a military discount, also, I believe, if you're in the military, you can get in on the previews. I believe, but yes,
Yeah.
Universal has a
Yeah, I think
very
you
very
can.
good military. Oh, go ahead, Erica. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
So you have to have the Freedom Pass, which is Universal's version of the military salute ticket. It has to be activated, and you can add on your one-day ticket to Epic Universe. They were doing a promotion where you can use it or you can transfer it, change it to a preview ticket if you wanted to attend a preview of Epic Universe. But in either scenario, you have to have your Freedom Pass and it has
Here
to
we
be
go.
activated. Then you can purchase the add-on, which is just one day to Epic Universe. And I'm trying to find the pricing. It's forcing me to log into my Universal account. I forgot my login.
Yes, here we go. So, and I put the link in the chat as well, Sam Wolf, so you can have that. And of course, all you other ones who are curious about military discounts. Let's see, experience Universal Epic Universe ahead of the grand opening. I highly suggest that you do this. So I think it's really cool that Epic is also extending this out to members of the military. And let's see, with your activated 2025 Military Freedom Pass, just like Erica was saying, you can purchase preview tickets to Universal Epic Universe to visit starting April 17th. And I think the previews are going on through actually going on through May. Like I think like to May 19th or something like that.
Yeah, they are. They're going, but or as a military person, if you want, you could go stay at the military hotel at Disney where they blocked your walkway from getting to the parks now, and you have to take a bus. You're forced to. You can no longer walk over and take the monorail.
Yeah,
Because
that
they
just
literally
freaking
went out
sucks.
of their way to block the military people from being able to walk across. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's just like it's just
So
awful.
it's not letting me do a mock purchase to get to like the pricing because I don't have a Freedom Pass that's already activated. So yeah, that's kind of the pitfall. But it sounds like pricing is, let me see here.
I think it's
Ticket
I
prices and availability vary by day. Daily pricing is
mm,
visible within the web store price calendar to see exact ticket price for your preferred day of visitation. Okay, so the military is going to be subject to the same as civilians, which is depending on the day that you purchase, it's going to depend on entrance, the entrance price. So I have a feeling it might be a little bit discounted. They're not coming out and saying it's it's really hard. Let's put it this way. You're not going to be able to find this ticket at your local leisure travel on your military installation. This is
mhm.
something you have to buy through Universal. They have not released these yet to the travel agencies on the military bases. That's my understanding, unless that's changed in the last very um
if
in
you
the
want
last few weeks.
okay, I was going to say if you want a price point for like say for the tickets that I paid, the price that I paid when the park was going to be officially open to the public, I think I paid like 170. But with the AP preview ticket, the price was I think was like $144. So
Yeah.
I would say that would
And
be your target plus or minus 10% or so.
I would also price the discount differences. So let's say you fit into all categories like us, we're Florida residents and we fall into the military category. So we kind of gauge, is the Florida resident discount cheaper than the military discount? And we go whichever one's cheaper. This is where anyone who's going to be stationed in Florida, I usually advise them if you change your state residency, you could sometimes double dip on the discounts in some places around Florida, not everywhere. Or sometimes the Florida resident discounts, believe it or not, could come in cheaper than even the military discounts. At least with Disney, that has kind of been the case since COVID. But yeah, if you're a Florida resident, and then there's the Passholder, and we're in that tier 2 for Disney. So you really have to kind of gauge which you get the better discount. I know it's a lot of research.
It's a lot, but that's why we're here. You guys can ask us, and we go through all that stuff. Or if we don't know right away, you know what? We just put our heads together like Voltron and come up with the answer for you. Ron, I know you have to exit out. Where can people find you, and what do you have coming up?
Follow the Bradley's Fun, the daily dish every day at 9:30 a.m. Monday through Friday. Although this week's going to look a little bit different as I've got to do some traveling. Other than that, I've got a whole lot of new stuff that's just dropped on the channel as far as individual videos about just how bad Snow White actually did. Oh my gosh, it's worse than anybody thought. And again, our subject, what we're talking about now, and all the and Disney's response, Disney, how scared Disney is. I think you're going to talk more about that after this. Boy, they are freaking out. I've never seen Disney actually lower their main ticket prices, not in decades. So that's happened. And then of course the day that you and I were there together, we have the big epic universe vlog is out there right now. So go check those out on the channel. Follow the Bradley's Fun. And yeah, I'll be over there and on X and Instagram and all that other stuff.
All right, Ron. Well, thanks so much for being here. We love having you on the show.
All right. We'll see you later.
See
Bye,
ya.
ladies. Bye, everybody.
And Sam Wolf, you are very, very welcome. Please do pass that information on to other folks in the military if they're curious about going. I know for a lot of people, they've told me that the military discount benefits that you get at Universal are way better than the ones that you get for Disney. So let's see.
And yes, you do have to, they are only selling those tickets online or at the gate at Universal. So they have not been released to any of the military installations. Not yet anyways.
I wonder if in addition you can probably call as well. I think don't quote me, but you can possibly call about it too. Let's see. I'm gonna get to one more epic topic real quick before we get to Disney. Universal's already hinted they want to get rid of the Simpsons prior to 2028, which is when their contract ends, which would make sense, honestly.
I'm not a fan of the Simpsons being there. It's just, I think it's tacky. It's just, I don't know. I've
it
never
was
really been a fan of it.
it was fun when it opened because to be able to be in Springfield, I liked that. Like I thought it was funny to be able to actually eat at the Krusty Burger, but it's kind of aged out. Hey Bonzo, good to see you. Good to see you. And excuse me. Yeah, Universal has popped into my streams too. That hey, how you doing? How you doing? They follow me. They actually subscribe to my channel on YouTube. So let's just say I will say I'm suspicious that there's a universal fairy that hooks me up from time to time. I'm just I'm just saying. Has Universal announced? No, they have not. My pass renewed this month. I haven't heard anything. My guess is they're going to drop that information near the end of the year. So that's my impression that they're going to drop that around the end of the year because when passes start renewing, I guess like starting with January, something like that, they'll probably put something out there. I know my renewal date was off by 3 months because when I renewed my pass, I got 3 months free. So who knows? That may be something that they do, but I'll keep an eye out for that. But people are asking about pricing, and I'm saying this now, and I'm going to stand on it. Don't be surprised if the annual pass amount goes up by at least 40%.
Yeah.
It's still going to be a good deal, to keep going to Epic as as much as you're allowed to. I don't know what restrictions they'll put on, but do not be surprised if it goes up by that month because you've literally got a park that is larger than the studios and Islands Adventure put together with future expansion. But unlike Disney, Universal hooks up their pass holders with a lot of stuff, so and a lot of benefits. And I wonder if there'll be a pass holder night at Epic. Okay,
I'm sure there
I
will.
hope
Maybe
you
down the
do it.
pipeline when the honeymoon phase the dust kind of settles and they
Mhm.
find niche once they get the crowd control and they got that sweet spot, okay, this is how many we have coming, per month and per year and daily and um then they'll probably start rolling out a lot more perks.
Yeah, that's what
It'll be
I'm
like a slow rollout. It won't be like all at once. It'll be
thinking.
like little by little.
Hey, security devs, who basically corroborates what we said earlier. Military get great discounts on Universal hotels. This is what we are doing in June. And at Universal, if you have to take the bus to another resort, it's not like it's 20 minutes to get there. It's a very short, like Crowdson was like 10 minutes. The buses that go to Epic, they actually have their own on ramp to get to Epic. So they're on Kirkman / International Drive for a little bit, but eventually, closer they get to Epic, they have their own ramp to go on. And if you are local, they finally opened the Kirkman extension. So if you have to get to Universal Boulevard, if you're trying to get to John Young Parkway, John Young Destination, Universal Boulevard, go on Kirkman. Not many people know about that yet. So the Kirkman extension is open, and I drove it, and you get to see the backside of Epic. You get to see Helios. You get to see the backside of Epic, where Dark Universe is, and where Super Nintendo World is. So that's pretty cool. But speaking of Universal, one of the things that folks have been talking about, and I'm not really too pleased about this, but who
I'm not either.
knows what's going on? And this goes to Jared Markham's question. Why do you think they're closing Epic early? Is it possible they're going to add perks for the most expensive resorts as well? I don't know what
Maybe.
they're I don't know. Eric, I'll let you go first. What do you think about the early closing?
It honestly, it's anyone's guess, why they're closing at 9 p.m. when the park is clearly, more inviting in the evening, and you got daylight savings and the sun comes down later. I'm hoping the reason why they're closing it this early is so they have room maybe till midnight, 11 to midnight for the hotel guests, um, to come in for, like, an after hours perk.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, they haven't made any announcements, and the thing is that the park is opening in less than a month now, and nothing's been said, so or maybe they're not doing anything just yet. Maybe this is just their way of crowd control, collecting all the data, in the first several months. Maybe they'll ease their way into those perks. I mean, it's hard to get into their heads and really see uh, what's the method to their madness. Because even I'm sitting here like, okay, it's kind of not fair. It's going to be the most popular park, and people are going to want to stay in the evening. It's
Mhm.
so hot in the afternoon. And if they could work the park hours to where people could kind of manipulate their time the way they do at Disney, go to the hotel pool for a couple of hours, so it's like between 2 and 3 p.m., then come back for the evening. But have enough hours in the evening that you feel like you're getting value for your dollar, and able to see more. And then end of night um, show, you know, Um, that would be a really early closing. I mean, then again, but Epcot's nowhere near the size of Epic Universe, so they can get away with 9 to 9 hours and Hollywood Studios, but Epic Universe, I don't know what they're thinking. It's I don't think they should do it. They need to close I think at 10 or 11.
That's what I would like. I would say I'm kind of like in two minds about this. Like my theme park enthusiast side is like, you need to stay open till midnight. It's a new park. I want to see all the night stuff. I want to hang out on the Constellation Carousel at night with all the EDM
Yeah.
music until you kick me out of the park. So that's that part of my brain. Um, the engineer slash project manager part of my brain is like,
Mm,
this is a brand new park. We don't have the steady revenue stream just yet. We also have attractions that have not been realistically load tested yet. And by
yeah,
load testing
that's true.
means that it's operating at what normal capacity would be for a park. So we don't know what it's going to
That's
be with
true.
respect to how many breakdowns, how long the lines are going to be, uh, all of that information, that data that they need to do. And I think also being precautious, which I do like. It's like I would rather have that they restrict the time to make sure that the quality is up to par than
Yeah.
expand the hours. I mean, like I said, theme park aficionado, I want that park open as long as possible. But it's like if I put on my engineer and project manager hat, anytime you deploy a new system, anytime you like realistically load a system, there's stuff that comes out of that you're not particularly you can't predict. So I kind
Yep.
of get it. As a theme park fan, it kind of just like it really irritates me. And I'm just like, why? Kiss My Grit says early closures are due to overhead costs, nothing more. Disney is facing the same
Yeah.
issues. Okay,
Mm,
which makes sense because, like I was talking about, the revenue stream.
mm,
Epic Universe hasn't gotten their revenue stream up yet,
not yet.
realistically, and with Disney, yeah, they have crazy overhead costs too, as
Yeah.
well.
Mm,
Dan says I would go see Epic extend a few more hours a night. You don't get much time with 1 hour at Epic. Yeah, and it's literally it's just
Mhm.
it's newly opened. It's like I get it. It's like I get it and I don't get it. That's how my brain it's realistically I know what's going on. Yeah, that's true. Guest attendance, but also I would say like yeah, maintaining the experience because things are going to happen, and I don't think they want a repeat of what happened with Hagrid's coaster. You remember that?
Oh gosh.
That
10 I was like, what was it, 10 hour 13-hour wait? Something like that? Oh, I was it
yeah,
was crazy.
I don't think they want a repeat of that going on as well. It's gonna be crazy. Hey, Real Wade Nation, good to see you here. Good to see you here, my dear. And it's just a time holder on a web page that might not be correctly from an IT standpoint. It could be that also. Yeah, it could be. I mean,
Yeah.
they could update it, very very quickly if operations says, hey, okay, you can go and extend it. But also, who knows if they might not informally extend it?
Yeah.
I don't know that either.
They and all theme parks have been known to do that. I've gone to Disney and they close at 10 and all of a sudden they'll announce, "Oh, we close at 11." They decided to extend an extra hour,
Hmm.
at Magic Kingdom, so that's not uncommon in all theme parks where they just kinda switch gears, um, usually in the morning by midday,
Yep. Leah
and
McNeil said,
maintenance.
yeah, and maintenance too.
Yeah, there again, the quality, checking in on the attractions, making sure everything's still going good after a long day of constant running and
Hmm.
goes back to that quality.
Yeah, Leah McNeil says the difference is it won't take long for Universal to sort out all the technical bugs as they have the talent. With Disney, it may be years if we're lucky before a ride is working smoothly. Yeah, I think
That's sad.
Universal learned their lesson
Mhm.
with what was going on with Hagrid's, and they learned from that going forward. Like the Velocicoaster, that's one of the smoothest opening attractions I've ever been on. Like literally, they had a little bit of a hiccup. You heard John Hammond's voice come over the PA telling people, basically the dinosaurs aren't behaving, but we'll get started. We'll get started soon. But the only issue with the Velocicoaster was how many people were trying to get on it with the long lines. But yeah, I agree with you. Just like when I was at Minecart Madness, it was a 2-hour posted wait when I got there because Mario Kart hadn't opened yet. And then finally Mario Kart opened, people went over there. But the delay with the Minecart ride is they saw how many people were in line and they were putting more carts onto the track and they needed to test it, make sure that it was working before they resumed operations. And when they did, the wait time dropped dramatically. So that was really cool that they did that. Okay, so switching on over to the garbage fire known as Walt Disney World. 103 of you here between YouTube and X and Ron's channel. I sure appreciate that. Make sure you hit that like button there. Coming to us from that Park Place, our friends over at that Park Place, written by Marvin Montanaro. Walt Disney World ticket prices actually drop for 2026 in a stunning
Wow.
reversal. Focus shifts back to families ahead of Epic Universe's opening. What do you think of that headline, Erica?
I'm actually hearing this for the first time, so, I'm interested in the yeah, let's see what Marvin's got because I didn't realize. I'm intrigued.
There are things happening. You know that meme where the dog
Oh,
is sitting and there's like a fire around him and he's like, this is fine. That's pretty much Bob Iger right
did
now.
the
So,
shareholders finally say, "Do something because we don't
yeah,
wanna go broke"?
it's like what are you gonna do? You kept saying Universal wasn't a threat, Epic Universe wasn't a threat, and let's put it this way, Universal is such a threat. I can't tell you how many pixie dusters have been over at Epic Universe, and that's all they're talking about. Like literally, that's all they're talking about. So that is a problem. We listen, we do judge. It's too late. Yep, Mamasaurus Rex.
Yeah.
Seeing you,
Mhm.
yeah. Yeah, we do. This Epic Universe didn't just sneak up. Everyone saw this coming and folks started planning accordingly. So, in a move that defies over a decade of trend lines, that's why it's so shocking. And Erica's like, "What? Yeah, that's what I was like. What do you mean this kind of Disney has done the unthinkable? It's actually lowered some Walt Disney World ticket prices for 2026 for a company that's practically made a sport out of annual increases and upcharges. Yes, this reversal is more than surprising, it's historic. And while the changes may look small on paper, the message they send is massive. Disney is bracing for battle. Finally, excrement has become realistic. Let's put it that way when it comes to Epic Universe. So let's see, beginning January 1st. So these are the updated Walt Disney World ticket prices. I think it's for like 1 day. Yeah, 1 day ticket price.
Mhm.
Top end pricing remains unchanged from 2025, but Epcot's most expensive day dropped 10%, and
Mm.
Magic Kingdom's lowest tier fell $5 down from 144 down to 139. That may not sound dramatic, but Disney does not lower prices, not unless they absolutely have to. These aren't discounts, they're defensive maneuvers. And I
Yeah, exactly.
100% agree. They're dropping the prices on the two most popular parks, Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Why would you drop the prices with two of your most popular parks unless you got a problem?
Yeah. Unless you're sweating it.
And they are. They totally are. Because remember, every time we talk about when Disney gives a discount, we talk about it on this channel. We're like, what's in the fine print? Because Disney is like the casino. The house always wins. That's their position.
Yep.
But it looks like the casino owes the mob some money. So rolling out the discounts. So the epic storm coming in 2025, it's actually here. Universal's Epic Universe is about to flip the Orlando theme park hierarchy on its head. Opening to the public in just a month, it's poised to offer what many believe Disney no longer does: fresh, cutting edge, jaw dropping innovation. Erica, from like all the videos you've seen of people going to Epic Universe,
Mhm.
would you say that's a true statement?
I'm sorry. I was responding to my mom because she made a comment in the um
I get you. No worries. No worries. Yeah, they're saying, many people believe that that Epic is offering what Disney no longer does: fresh, cutting
yeah.
edge, jaw dropping
Mhm.
innovation.
Yeah, which is why people are willing to pay whatever Universal, whatever dollar amount Universal sets. Um, People are willing to pay because they know they're getting that premium, they're getting that value that Disney once not only used to brag about, but they could back it up. Now they can't back it up anymore. They keep talking the talk, but they can't walk the walk anymore. And it's sad. One thing about theme parks and vacations and the family unit is you're going to go where you're getting bang for your buck. And if you like theme parks and you like a theme park vacation, that's one of the first things you look at is what am I getting for my money? You already know you're entering into an expensive vacation. You've
Mm.
already reconciled that for your costs. So the question is, what am I getting? What's the bang for my buck? And um, Universal right now and for the foreseeable future is going to have that and be light years ahead Disney because they've already blueprinted the expansions. They have not made any official announcements, but it's already in blueprints. It's just a matter of time before they make the official announcements and then they start, quote, moving dirt, as Disney would say.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I can't even. Yes, I can. The adventure starts as soon as you walk from your car to the walkway to enter the park. You hear all this music that is playing, this like very Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of music that's playing to get you hyped up. By the time you walk in the gate, by the time you get up to the main portal and you walk through, first of all, before you even walk through that portal, okay, you know the Chronos that's up there, right? That you've seen where you walk in, that actually has a sound element to
Oh,
it.
really?
And it
I didn't
sounds,
notice in the videos. I haven't heard it.
yeah, it literally, it just makes a sound like a warp tunnel sound or whatever. And at that Chronos, that it's like it's constantly, in motion, like a constellation that's constantly moving, and you just hear that. So it's like between the sight, between the sound that something's going to happen, and you get sucked in there, and like the light effects that they have going on, it's like nothing. It's like nothing else. People with families, okay, depending on if they're Nintendo fans or not, because that's that's the thing. If you're into Nintendo, the whole family's going to go over to Super Nintendo World for the most part.
And
If
who
you're
isn't? Even nowadays, parents introduce video gaming to their kids with Nintendo. I don't know many parents that are gonna put them in front of an Xbox or Sony because the games, by and large, are for an older, mature audience, but Nintendo is usually the gateway to gaming, and then the kid will graduate into the other consoles when they're older.
Mhm. You're absolutely right, because whenever my nieces and nephews come to visit, I do not get my Nintendo Switch to myself at all. That's the first thing they grab is a Nintendo Switch so they can play the Nintendo game. So you are absolutely right. It's like if they're predisposed, if they've been exposed to Nintendo games, they're pretty much going to want to go to the Super Nintendo World first. But eventually, or to start off with, if you go to Isle of Berg, it is so predisposed to families, especially young families, with how big it is, with all the stuff that's going on, even places to kind of like get away from it all. A super huge kids play area that reminds me of the boneyard that they used to have at Animal Kingdom. It's
Mm.
you just those little touches that they do, it's like you're getting more bang for your buck. There's so much stuff that's going on. There's a darn dragon show that they've got that's over there. Again, Super Nintendo World, you're pretty much not trying to leave, especially with all the kinetic elements that are going on and stuff, things, just everything to do. And then of course there's Donkey Kong Country to go over there and check out
Mm.
and meet Donkey Kong. You can meet Princess Peach. You can meet, Mario and Luigi. You can also meet the little toads and everything. And they have tapped into what uh, Gen X or parents, Gen Z, I'll say Gen Z and Gen Alpha are into.
Yeah.
For those kids, Disney, it's like, no, but I know who the Nintendo characters are. I know Harry Potter.
Mhm.
I know, How to Train Your Dragon. I definitely know what anime is. And as for Dark Universe, every cartoon that is made fun of, like, the classic monsters, they know that. So you now
Well,
have
you
this.
got families. There's families that they like the horror scene and they like the classic monsters, and they do introduce that to their kids, and whether the child takes to that genre or not's another story, but, in some cases it takes, and you have a whole family unit that loves you know, scary movies, you know, and they get into the dark universe following.
Yeah, it is, it's amazing. Yep, that's what we did. Our kids learned how to play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, my nephew freaking loved Mario Kart.
Yeah. Christian was obsessed with Mario Kart. That was pretty much the only Mario game he'd play.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't care about anything else because it had wheels. It was cars. Anything with cars.
That's
Didn't
it.
matter. If they had a Hot Wheels game, he would have played that.
Yeah, my nephew played the Hot Wheels game too, Hot Wheels Unleashed, but it was on my PS4 and I didn't really want to mess around on the PS4. So I let him have Mario Kart. And, he could customize the cars, that he wanted. He loved like all the tracks that he got to play. He got to play against his twin sister who smoked him more often than he did. It was funny to like watch them play, but that's what the kids know. And I gotta tell you, Kiss My Grits is just coming through hot with all of these super chats, my dear. Let me blow you. Let's go with this first one. Thank you for the $9.99 super chat here, my dear. My pitch to Universal Creative Part 1 Studios, bring back Ghostbusters to NYC. Yes.
Yes.
Please bring back Ghostbusters.
Place Men
Please.
in Black
Yes.
area. I mean,
Yep.
I don't like Star Trek, but there's a lot of people that do, so I could see that working.
There's a lot of Trekkies out there who would pay to see it. Replace Simpsons with Lord of the Rings. Bring back Earthquake. Yes, bring back Earthquake as well. Even though the earthquake ride isn't quite the same as being in a real earthquake in California. I learned that. But it's got that cheesy factor to it. And Lord of the Rings, what I'll say about that is Universal may keep Lord of the Rings for Universal Studios Great Britain. I would love for it to be here.
Wow.
The rumor was that they were going to put it in Epic Universe, but I would travel to the UK for Lord of the Rings, which would make sense putting it there as Tolkien was from Great Britain. So, man, I would love it if they replace Simpsons with Lord of the Rings, but it's just like, I don't know, we're gonna get that. But I love that idea. I really do. I really do. My pitch to Universal Creative Part 2. Again, another $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, my dear. Part 2, Islands of Adventure. Add Zelda to the Lost Continent. Yes. Definitely add Zelda. Replace Toon Lagoon with Mattel's Toy Universe Barbie Hot Wheels He-Man. Again.
Yes. Barbie.
Barbie.
I want to slide down the slide from the Barbie dream house. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to sit in the car. I want to drive it.
Go up the townhouse elevator, have, the Barbie, well, there's 3 now. Let's say they've got the Barbie Corvette like they always used to have. I think a Barbie Escalade, I think they have now.
Gosh.
All of that. He-Man. I wanted to bring She-Ra too, kind of along with
the
He-Man.
Hot Wheels. Christian be all over the Hot Wheels thing. He'd be like, that's my childhood.
If you brought Hot Wheels Unleashed, the game with like the different tracks and stuff, that would make so much star money. Imagine if they have like some of the Hot Wheels classic die-cast cars that they would have. That would be freaking awesome. And Epic add Pokemon next to Nintendo World. I would so love that. Oh, I would like if they put Luigi's Mansion actually over in the studios to replace the Simpsons, but that's just me. Kiss My Grits again with $4.99. Thank you. My pitch to Universal Creative 3, build a water park next to Epic themed after Jaws. Give it a Cape Cod vibe and call it Amity Island. Yes, because daggone
Oh
it, I'm
my
still
gosh.
pissed. I mean, I
That would be so
understand
cool.
they had to put, Wizard and Word of Harry Potter, but the Jaws attraction, we knew the shark was fake, but it was a classic, classic. That was
That would
like
be
the attraction.
this would be an awesome theme. I could see it, and oh man, I think that would be really cool. And they could use, I think, another water park. I was kind of noticing in the hours of operation, Volcano Bay closing at 6. They don't know Floridians too well, do they? We like to swim till like 9 o'clock because the
Mhm.
water stays warm. I
Yep.
mean, sometimes the best time to swim is in the evening because
Mhm.
you don't have the sun beating down on your skin. Even you can still burn in the water, guys, just so you know.
Yeah.
You can be
So,
in the water and the sun, the UV rays will still cut through that water and your skin will still burn.
mhm. It will. So you got to make sure to protect yourself. And thank you so much. Wow. Kiss My Grits making it rain. Thank you, my dear. From your lips to Universal Creative's ears, because I know you
Right?
watch Universal. So check that out. Get on that. Get on that. So let's see, just to show you what's on Disney's page. So this is Florida resident. Pay only $99 down, 50% of the down payment on a Walt Disney World annual pass. I have never seen that. I had to pay the
Mm.
equivalent of, I think, like 200 and something.
Yeah, I did
Um,
too. Mhm.
yeah, the first, that first month, just that was the down payment. I've never seen this for $99.
So they've flipped it is what it is. They've come down on the down payment, but they've upped the monthly payment.
Mhm.
So they just flipped it. I don't think they've actually discounted the annual
No,
passes,
they
but I guess they've made it easier to get in on one because the down payment isn't so hefty.
yeah, they've done that because they try to entice more Florida residents to buy because that 200 and something up front is crazy. I don't think I had to pay, let's see. I don't want to talk and get it wrong, but I don't believe I paid a down payment for my no, I didn't. You know how I remember because when I got
Mhm.
my tickets of let's see. I'm seeing
For
okay.
Universal?
Yeah, it is actually I did. I did actually had to pay a down payment. It was cheaper than Disney, but the difference is when I lived in Pennsylvania and lived in Philly, I could get a universal annual pass. So I could get the discounts and free parking and all of that stuff. With Disney, you have to buy the most expensive pass that they have before.
I hate that. Any other theme park around the world where you go and you want an annual pass as an out of towner, you have several different tiers to choose from. I don't understand their business ideology on
Mhm.
forcing people to have to spend on your most expensive tier. Why not, open up the sorcerers and pirates? Maybe not so much the pixie pass for obvious reasons. Out of towners aren't usually going to do Monday through Friday. They need
Mhm.
the weekends, and the holidays kind of freed up. Um, but even out of towner could get away with the sorcerers and pirates pass and plan ahead, around throughout the year. And extend the payment plan just like Universal does. That's what I like about Universal is you can budget for your family and whatever's comfortable for your family, and then guess what? when you make it that more comfortable, when you go to your vacation, they've freed up some of your money to spend more money in their parks on food and beverage and merch.
Yeah, because that's why I got the annual pass. That is, if you're planning a trip to Universal from out of town, getting at least one annual pass will pay for itself between the parking, between the merchandise discounts, between the food discounts. Because unlike Disney, unless you're at a value resort, you can get a discount on merchandise at quick service at Universal. I got a discount on my food at Toadstool Cafe. So you can you get to do that. In addition, there's also like other little perks that are going on. But if you're there for a week, those discounts add up. And
Yeah.
think about that. You're getting that for everyone who is in the party on that check. So you get the discount off of all of that. So I always tell people, definitely, if it's, try to make it so it's in your price range so that at least one person has an annual pass at Universal. So here's another one here. Kids save 50% on select tickets this summer. Kids meaning ages 3 to 9. So if your kid is 10, you're SOL. You're not going to get it. But look at this. It starts May 27th through September 20th. Epic Universe would have been open for about, I want to say, 5 days before this.
But it's only on select tickets? What does that mean?
Select tickets. I'm guessing on like select days or stuff like that. 50% savings based on non-discounted price of the same ticket, of course, cannot be combined with any offer or discount, which is weird because tickets you can add. Oh, okay, I guess they mean for tickets. But with this one, you can actually get the discount with the kids' tickets and combine discounts as well. So you're actually allowed to do that, which they did not let you do back in the day. So that was really interesting. But also, children must be accompanied by guests. Per day, those are the options. No, I don't want to talk to y'all. I'm talking to a chat bot. Talking to a chat bot. I love when they pop that up. I'm like, I know what it is. That's a call center in India. Let's see. 3. But yeah, again, if you have very young kids, this can actually work out well for you. But if your kids over 10, it's not going to work. But as usual, Pirates and Princesses has a better breakdown of what this is. So Walt Disney World has kids free dining offer for all of 2026. Free, but it's going to cost you. Okay. So with this here, let's see. Kids free dining plan. Okay, so they can combine that with select special offers, which they never did before. So let's go down here a little bit more. I think with this one that you have to combine this. I think you have to combine this with like a park hopper. It's special. I'm purchasing a dining plan for the other package for the other members of their party, 10 and up. Again, the thing with the dining plan is with the kids, you have to stick with the kids' menu. So if your kids do not like what's on the kids' menu at that particular dining location, you're going to have to pay out of pocket. That's what they don't tell you. So you kind of have to keep that in mind if you're going to take advantage of this. But the free dining package always has to come with a room. Now they say additional discounts. So Usually they didn't discount the room. That was always the trade-off, right? You get free dining, but it's not really free. You're paying rack rate for the room. But they're allowing you to combine it with the other discounts, which they never did before, which yet again telegraphs to me and Erica and other people that Disney is desperate. This is the summer travel season. I mean, the economy is not so great, but normally Disney wouldn't care about the economy. They were still going to charge you out the nose as much as they can possibly get. But now that Epic Universe is online or coming online, you've got people planning their home base being at Epic Universe. I mean, you're there. You're in the International Drive corridor, where it's very easy to go and eat off property. There's a Chick-fil-A right between Stella Nova and Terra Luna Resort.
The
There's a
outlet, the outlet mall is that massive outlet mall is right there. Yeah, there's a lot of more in that area, I think, than just outside of the immediate Disney area because you kind of have to drive a little bit compared to Universal.
Yay
It's
for
just like bam, right there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yay for capitalism and competition because Disney didn't really have comp- competition, so to speak. At least they thought. But Epic Universe is a juggernaut that is dropped into an area that it's a tourist trap, but people didn't really consider it to be some place to stay. Now, with this park there, and also the convention center, which is there as well, you've got, I don't know how many hundred thousands of people. Should we pay to take an Uber all the way to Walt Disney World, or can we pay one of these guys with the gas powered rickshaw to drive us on over to Epic Universe, or walk over there? Should you want to do that? That is literally a factory of people getting dumped into to the area. It's like, why go to Disney? Why go to Disney? With MegaCon last year, MegaCon had a private event at Islands of Adventure. And MegaCon brings in about 250,000 people every year. Imagine if this year, well, not this year, because next year for MegaCon, to get you a private event in Epic Universe. I mean, it's absolutely freaking genius. But with Disney, now they're trying to get you to come back down to the bubble. But once again, Disney does not offer discounts unless things are bad. Really, really, really bad. And it's very obvious that it isn't that it's pretty freaking bad. No, you're not off, Braylon Lee. It's called a bounce back offer. So not everyone gets it. There's usually something in your room, like a little card that says, hey, if you book your next trip before you leave, we'll give you a discount. So that's basically, I don't know, $200 out of your budget if you book your next trip while you're still there. Disney may try this again, but again, it's not offered to everybody. The deal has to be in your room. There's a special code. You have to book it by midnight of your checkout day. I used to do this for the discount, depending on how big the discount is. I would book back when Disney was cheaper. I booked my next trip before I ended the one that I was on. But yes, that is indeed offered. I've heard rumors of a bus going from Disney Springs to Epic. Anyone else? Yes, I have heard that. 40s Mandalorian, the Orlando public transit system, the Lynx bus. I think it's like $2. That's going to go from Disney Springs to Epic Universe.
And the bus goes on Disney property to Disney Springs?
Yeah, because
Or
Disney
is there a
Springs has,
location?
yeah, they have a bus stop for
Wow.
links. They have a bus stop for, for links, because it's like we're all,
They're a real big
these were
deal now.
buses, the other buses, all of that, courtesy of Blog Mickey. Yes, the ones who again said that Tiana's Bayou Adventure was a necessary downgrade. New $2 bus service connects Walt Disney World and Epic Universe. If you don't think people are going to take
Mhm.
advantage of this, I don't know what to tell you. So, Lynx Bus does go to Walt Disney World. It's always done that, but as little as $2 per trip. Lynx, the Central Florida Public Transportation System, which is like SEPTA in Philadelphia, now offers service to Universal Epic Universe, which means guests can travel between Walt Disney World and Epic for as little as $2 a trip. So so the bus, oh, wow. Okay, I'm glad y'all brought this up. Let's see. The bus route connects Disney World, Epic Universe, and OIA, Orlando International Airport, among other stops. Universal does have their bus service that you can book. It's called the Superstar Shuttle. That'll take you from Orlando International Airport to Universal. Yes, it costs extra, but they've always had it. But interesting how this goes from the airport to Epic Universe, because the Bright Line is also at OIA, the train system, the new Bright Line. So let's see. You have to, yeah, to Disney Springs. The trip from Disney Springs to Epic Universe should take about 30 minutes, including a stop at the Destination Parkway Super Stop, a possible stop at Helios and Helios Grand Hotel, and then Epic Universe. So there you go. So that is yet another way to get there. Lynx is public transportation, okay, but there's always been Lynx public transportation to Walt Disney World. That's not it's not a new thing, but it could be a very, very popular way to get to the park. So that's just another option. $2, go from Disney Springs to Epic Universe. Considering how some of the Disney buses run, it'll probably get you there faster than something else. Let's see. Hey, Florentin, Disney rids old Americana but keeps using brooms. Good one. Good one. Let's see. I say I did that one. Look at that one. When was the last thing was $2? Anything? Yeah, I know.
Oh, right?
I know. Mm-hmm.
True.
Mm-hmm. And Helios too. So if you just wanted to visit the Helios Hotel for dinner or whatever, and you didn't want to say take Uber, you can take the bus from Disney Springs. So I will totally believe that. Let's see. It sounds like they think they're going to be busy and might need more ways to transport people. Yeah, and plus I think Lynx wants a chunk of that tourist traffic to go to Epic. So for folks who, again, they don't want to pay for Uber, or, too expensive to pay for Uber, they'll just take this. So it's a great idea.
Funny because you can tell Disney wants Epic traffic to go to their parks.
Mm-hmm.
So they got these deals going on because they're hoping people will add them on to their Universal vacations.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I wonder if Universal and the OC Convention Center have a deal to give discounted to all convention guests. It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me at all. Usually with convention guests, they make it like a big incentive to go do local stuff like this. So I'm pretty sure that they would. Mama Source Rex says, I think more people are going to use public transportation to get to Disney from Universal, not the other way around. Okay, get to Disney. That could
Possibly.
be possible.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, Disney Springs is worth it. The parks, not so much, but yeah, you can get a lot of bang for your buck over there at Disney Springs. So that'll be interesting. I'll keep an ear open for how some folks are if they do take the bus service. I don't like public transportation, so probably
Mm.
I don't see myself doing it. But
Yeah,
again,
we always rent a car. We like our freedom.
hmm Helios. Oh, wait a minute. Helios bus stop is a hidden secret. The stop is a ride share spot. Ooh,
Oh,
okay. All right.
okay.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, let's see here. So, Disney is now remembering that they have pass holders that they've been taken for granted for I don't know how long. Yet another fire sale that's going on, especially those of us who have universal passes. We're used to getting perks all year round. As a matter of fact, I think May 1st there's a new magnet. I think it's Dark Universe theme. But anyway, we're used to getting stuff all the time at Universal. Disney seems to only remember they have pass holders when they want to look like they do something. So here, the pass holder lounge is back at Epcot. Stop by May 14th to July 13th for the VIP treatment. I think this is the same lounge they had last year that just had, bags of chips and, and pretzels and stuff. And that was it. And they put it in the Marrakesh restaurant. Wish Ron was still on here because he actually went to the lounge and was not impressed. I mean, they don't do a whole
Mhm.
a whole lot as compared to like say Universal. Their pass holder lounge is over in Islands of Adventure. It's open all year. You go there, you can, charge up all your equipment. You got like a freestyle machine in there. You've got tables where you can relax at. You've got, concierge there to help you out with any ticket issues or whatever that you want. Merchandise is in there. It's a nice, cool spot to chill. And that's every year. But this one, yeah, they're, like it's a big thing.
Why is it only for the select dates? Why can't they just have this all year round?
Good point. Because
I
they might.
mean, it's hot outside and I don't know, just or is it they're just wiggling room because the DVC members should get all the VIP treatment and
I would agree with you on
pass
that.
holders just, they just get treated like second class citizens?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think people would complain as much if the shooting gallery had been turned into a pass holder lounge. I don't think there would have been as much pushback, but they make it just for they're putting these DVC lounges everywhere. So pass holders, it's like, yeah, we'll throw you this little bone and make it make it seem like we did something. Yes, Mama Source Rex, they are finally remembering they need the locals too. Because the Disney World model is based on people visiting from out of town. Disneyland is based on having the locals, which is why they have better stuff and better perks than over here. Kiss My Grit says, how sad is it that Epcot is now viewed by most guests as nothing more than a binge drinking adventure? I know.
Yeah, that is sad. They're not really promoting the countries. There's really not when you're walking into the pavilions, or there's been this decline of really learning anything about that country.
Hmm
They don't have the storytellers anymore. There's just no It used to be so front and center when you entered, what is their culture from not just the storytellers, but they would have, whatever was relevant to that culture, whether it was origami, they would make things in front of you, or the wood carving with the spirit animals in Mexico, like
Remember
something
the rice
artistic,
candy?
that was
Lady who made
yeah,
the
something
rice
artistic.
candy in
Yeah,
Japan?
something artistic that was relevant to that country, and then they would talk to you about their culture, you know, and you would learn something, um, and it's just you just walk in, kinda browse like you're browsing a store,
Mhm.
and there's the food and the snacks, like, yeah, the food and drinks, and that's it. It's not really a learning experience like it used to be.
Yeah, I remember, as a kid, yeah, that's funny, RJ Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, that because when I was a kid and I got to go to Epcot, I'm like, "Okay, there's some of these countries I don't ever think I'm gonna get a chance to visit in person." And for me as a kid, the most popular pavilion was the Japan pavilion.
Yeah.
You would go there, you'd get like all this stuff that was, things that were exclusive to Japan, but you can get it there. People got like, their names written in kanji script. That was the big thing.
I
And
remember
they,
that. I
they
haven't
would
seen that in years.
it was the coolest thing.
Wow.
Like, I got my nephew a fan with his name written on it in kanji script. He, like, went nuts because he loved Kingdom Hearts, and I think it was some Kingdom Hearts merch that he got. I would go there. I remember I'd buy manga books, the ones that you could
Mhm.
only get, like, from Japan,
Mhm.
that were there, especially and if you loved Hello Kitty, good luck because there were so many Japan exclusives from Hello Kitty. It's just and it wasn't just buying the merchandise, it was meeting the people from those countries and, having them tell you about where they were from and all of that. And it was true edutainment, you know. But it's a shame, not any longer. I mean, it used to be drinking around the world was something unofficial, that you did. And it wasn't drink to like get drunk. It was more of like you wanted to experience the drinks from certain pavilions. And yeah, you might wind up drinking a little bit more than usual, but it's not like the all day kegger that they have going on at Epcot now with just like all of the alcohol and all of that they've got going on. Japan is why popular Epcot. Uh,
Yeah.
I believe it. I love the Japan pavilion, and for like a kid like me from suburban Philly, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna go to Japan from like every country, UK, France, Japan, Morocco. Oh my gosh, Morocco. It's just insane, but love doing that. Yep, they're still there.
It's still there.
Kiss my
Mhm.
grits. Although I think they used to be male, but now they're all females. And I was just saying, just something to note that I remember. But let's see, this is something else that has never been offered before. From May 14th to July 31st, pass holders can dine like a VIP with a limited time increase of 40% off food and non-alcoholic beverages at select table service restaurants across Walt Disney World Resort, but it's only Monday through Thursday. Interesting. 40%
Huh.
off of food, but they restrict it to Monday through Thursday. Either way, I have never seen 40% off of food. I think I get 20%, but 40%, 40% I've never seen. Boat rights is
Wow.
okay.
Cape
Cape
May
May
for
Cafe for dinner
dinner.
Yeah, that's the seafood buffet, which is actually pretty good. I like that.
Oh,
During
okay.
the other meals, it's character. It's character meals. So the characters
Okay.
like all in their beach outfits and stuff like that. Hollywood and Vine is okay. I didn't really eat there.
Yeah,
Tusker
I
House.
wasn't impressed
Yeah,
with
Tusker
I didn't
House
like
also
Hollywood and
pretty
Vine.
good. Yeah. Only one of these is just like Cape May Cafe would say. Boat Rights is okay. It's yeah, it's okay, but the food court is actually better for than Boat Rights. Let's see. Second wave of discounts, July 1st through the 31st. Diamond Horseshoe, which I've never been to, because of the price, so I may actually be enticed to do that. Whispering
Mhm.
Canyon Cafe. Uh
Ooh.
Go there.
Yeah, that
I
is
say that
a
for a reason because I love Whispering Canyon Cafe. It is
we
one of the
went to the
places
concert.
that it just has that Disney magic. All the different cast members they have different personalities at the the Whispering Canyon Cafe. One who always, when she goes to the table and talks to the kids, is like, yeah, you look pretty sturdy. You can, milk cows and do all that. If you ask for ketchup, you have all these containers of ketchup that you take to the table. They're like, somebody needs ketchup. And they move it's so funny. If you don't finish your meal, they have like this little jail thing to put in front of you and people can take pictures. And if it's
Oh,
your
that's
birthday, they'll
funny.
get like a coffee filter to put like on your head. It's such a fun place. It's so fun. I don't really want people to know about it. But
Their food is good. The smoked meats, they also sell the same meats at their quick serve, and we've eaten at their quick serve there at the Fort Wilderness. We
mm,
haven't quite been to Whispering Canyon yet. We had a reservation when we were there for Christian's graduation, and we ended up canceling it. I forgot what it was, but we went to the quick serve instead. It was really good. Their smoked meats are good. And Diamond Horseshoe, they share the same kitchen as, oh my gosh, Liberty Tree Tavern. So
okay.
it's pretty much the same food. I think the only difference is the Diamond Horseshoe, I think it's more like a smoked type meats, not like Whispering Canyon. They're it's done differently, but it was very good. We thought the food was really good.
Okay. Yeah, Liberty Tree Tavern. I went there once after they changed it over from the character meal, which was great because back in the day they had the characters, the Fab Five,
I
in like
know.
colonial attire, and
I
at Christmas.
remember that. I've got pictures of me and Raph of that from
I had pictures of
and they
Camera
got rid of
Girl
it.
with Minnie Mouse, and she had like, like some Christmas holly like on her shawl and everything, and it was so cute. I loved that meal. I was so sad they took away the characters, but yeah, the Liberty, and it was okay. It was okay. Diamond Horseshoe I haven't been to. Tiffin's at
Haven't been there.
40%, that's actually a good deal. Tiffin's is crazy expensive, but worth it. Any food at the Animal Kingdom or the Animal Kingdom Lodge, it's so good.
Mhm.
So it's so good. So the fact that it's discounted, again, kind of reeks of desperation because all of these, well, I haven't been to the Diamond Horseshoe, but Whispering Canyon Cafe is extremely popular. Tiffin's restaurant, again, it's pricey, but it's good. It's good. I actually got some free Wagyu beef when I was actually there. Coral Reef, I really don't like this restaurant. I mean, Pro said it's actually gotten better, but historically, it really hasn't been that great. So I'd be tempted to try it again. Coral Reef is the restaurant that's over there in used to be the Living
Mhm.
Seas. Living Seas was Nemo. whatever they changed it to. I think it's still Living Seas now. Used to be the Living Seas with Nemo and Friends, but I think they changed it back to the Living Seas. But you're in this big, huge fish tank, which is really cool. But the food was kind of not so great. Kate May was better before they made you pay extra for the crab leg. What? You got to pay extra for crab legs? I'm so personally offended. I'm so offended. I love crab legs.
I don't
And
like seafood, so I'm not missing anything.
I love crab. Oh God, I love crab meat. I love crab legs. I'm the one where just drop it. Just give me the crab legs. I'm just cracking and throwing stuff like everywhere. It's like I love crab legs. The fact that you got to pay extra to get y'all. Ale and Compass is very good. It's in the yacht club. I've had lunch there. So Ale and Compass is actually very good. These are all like, deluxe or sit down restaurants. And the fact that these are 40% off, that's from July to July 1st.
Anything in August?
I don't know. They might. They might, because August, that's hurricane season. The height of hurricane season. So it'll be interesting. I think they're doing this to see how well it does, and if they need to extend it or make it even deeper discount, that could possibly happen. But I would highly suggest that you use this discount at Tiffin's or Whispering Canyon or Ale and Compass. Those would be my three. Like to definitely try that, especially Whispering Canyon, because man, when it's hot in the summer, the Wilderness Lodge Resort is wonderful to go in and sit in, and it's nice and it's chill. It's got air conditioning. It's got a little brook that's in there inside the hotel. Tusker House, yeah. Kate May Cafe. I'm so insulted. They charge you extra for crab legs. That's just not fun. It's not fun. Kiss My Grit, says Lorena. I'm hearing the pool at the Yacht and Beach Club might be closed through Labor Day because of the construction delay. That pool is one of the main reasons people stay there and to be closed all summer. That is asinine. I mean, Kiss My Grits is absolutely right. Stormalong Bay, which is what it's known as. Trying to pick up a picture of what a Stormalong Bay looks like. That is the main reason you stay at the Yacht or the Beach Club, because the Yacht and the Beach Club, they're sister resorts. They're right there next to each other. It's like you get two resorts for the price of one. It's kind of like Port Orleans and, French Quarter, that whole complex are sister resorts together. Same thing with Art of Animation and Pop Century. They're also like sister resorts. But this is Stormalong Bay, 3 acres. Do they have any more pictures in that? I can't believe they just put that one picture. But anyway, it's like a big, huge water park. It is the best. I mean, I love the Polynesian for, reasons, because that's my favorite one. But this one, without a doubt, is absolutely flipping fabulous. They've got a pirate ship that's on property. So you can actually, you can climb on up in the pirate ship and, shoot water.
Yep. That's where we honeymooned for our 10-year anniversary, was at the beach club.
Oh, wow.
But it was in February, so it was too cold to go swimming.
Too cold for
But there were
Floridian.
people in the pool. I'm like, you're clearly not from the South.
No,
you must be from Alaska or Canada.
Canada, Michigan, and Cape Cod. They're like 50 degrees. This is balmy, and they're on the pool. Because I mean, the pools are heated, which is true. The pools are heated, but it is huge. It's expansive, and the
Oh, we
fact that
love
it's
it.
going to be closed during the summer, I wouldn't stay here in the summer
Mhm.
unless they gave you
Ouch.
50% off and pool privileges somewhere else. Because how can you have? I mean, this
They'll
is like
compensate. They'll they'll let the guests go to, like, Boardwalk or the Swan and Dolphin, but still, it's, like, not right out in your resort backyard, you know?
exactly. I mean, why couldn't y'all have done this in, like say December, late November through March?
Yeah,
Okay,
when it's
understandable.
cold. Mhm.
But this is just so nuts. Thank you, Steel Leg of History, gifting one Reina Creole membership. Thank you so much for your generosity, my dear. And I see Nuance Observer got it. He's going to be happy. So thank you. Thank you so much. I see you there saying hello to everybody. I hope you're doing well and blessed, my friend. Steel Leg of History, one of my I'll say OG subscribers to my channel. He's been there like since the beginning. And thank you for gifting both of those. I appreciate that. I love super chats. I love gifted memberships too. That just helps to spread the love. Yeah, I that is so dumb. It really is. See the cabanas. I love that complex over there. Again, I'm partial to the Polynesian with their pool and everything because you can swim and it's got zero entry and you can swim there at night and you can see Cinderella's castle. And my nieces and nephews and camera girl, they still talk about it. They're like, remember we went swimming at midnight back when they let you do that. And we got to see the castle and all. Yeah, they love that. They love that so much. So much. You're welcome. You're welcome. And let's see, the Killing Lights, new to the live show. Well, welcome, and so glad you're here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Do you ever think when things close for construction, they are closed for construction? Money save, or maybe a theory. I'm spitballing. They close things for
Mm,
construction. They are. Oh, you mean like closed for construction, but not really.
and I don't know.
I don't know with Disney. I don't with Disney. I don't know. They could very possibly. But I think with Disney, they seem to extend their construction. I want to say for the tax. I'm going to say for the tax write-off,
Mm,
so to speak. They seem to drag their renovations out. I haven't seen Universal do this. But there also used to be a point in time where Disney did most of their renovations like from January to March.
mm. The off season.
Yeah, they would do it in the off
Mm,
season like August cuz that's what I remember too. They would do construction from like August to I want to say August to maybe the beginning of October. It was always the off times that they would do construction. It wasn't like what we're seeing now during high times like summer and Christmas. It's just nuts. So it's just like what the heck is going on. They never used to do this. And Kiss My Grit says construction on the pool started in January. So just like the Grand Floridian lobby update, Disney is taking their sweet ass time to renovate. Yes, they never used to take this long. Never. And they used to offer discounts when they were doing those renovations because it was like a short time period, a couple of months. And it's like, it's the off season. Yeah, whatever. We're not really worried about it. Not like constructing or overhauling, destroying a log flume ride in the heat of summer. I don't know. Either that or they're just, awarding stuff to the lowest bidder with the slowest completion rate. Is probably one of the things. Oh, thank you. Yep, yep. Almost at 9,200 subs, trying to get the 10K by the end of the year. Thanks to you guys. Um, okay, yeah, they closed. Okay, okay. It's like, is it closed or is it really closed? Kind of like when how would I say this? Because it's true. Remember the times I would live stream from Hollywood Studios and we go in the morning and go over to Galaxy's Edge and Rises of Resistance wasn't working. Of course, they don't say that it's working. That's not working. Oh, it's just a delayed opening. Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, we have technical issues that are going on. I'm like, first thing in the morning, is it really technical issues? Or like with the Jungle Cruise, are the lines really that long because of the people, or are they that long because Skipper Dave and Skipper Phil didn't show up for work that day? Which one, you
Or
know?
they're not running as many boats on purpose,
Mhm.
and the lines are longer to get you to buy into the lightning lane stuff. Mhm.
Yeah, they do. They do. They want to give you that FOMO. So we've seen it.
That FOMO. Yeah, it's true.
We want to get to do everything. We're not going to get to do everything unless we pay for, that super lightning lane pass thing that costs $300 a day. And Mama Source Rex, yes, this is a very good point. It seems the people making the big decisions are so out of touch they don't know regular folks plan and travel. There used to be people involved in these decisions who were on the lines every day and had park knowledge. There was a petition put forth by the shareholders. By shareholders, I mean little peon shareholders like me, who put something to be voted on saying that the board, the Disney board, needs to have someone on it who has had direct experience in the parks. And it got voted down from all the institutional shareholders. No, we don't want that. We don't want that. With the point being, it's just like your whole board has no theme park experience, has no idea what it's like for the middle class to save up and, do trips that way. Remember when Disney used to say how economical you could do a trip for four, and they would push that all the time. And here's these additional perks that you get for,
Mhm.
that you get
They
for
had
staying there.
DV or they had VHS tapes you could get or they would send to you, but planning tools. Like, the whole thing was to plan out your vacation, plan your itinerary. They don't do that anymore.
Mhm.
They just assume people know or they don't care, but they're not really putting that in their marketing anymore, the whole planning tools, for your vacation and your next vacation and your next vacation. They used to do
Exactly.
that. Now they
Yeah.
don't.
No, they don't. Now they just push the thing with influencers to try to get people to go. But the problem is most of these influencers are dinks, or they're single, or they're not really the demographic that Disney used to be known for putting people in parks. And now people just want to go for what was I saying? Instagram shots, Instagram stuff like that. So I find it
Mhm.
interesting. Disney's discounting stuff, kids and missions and everything, trying to get families back when it's like they didn't really care about them in the first place. The Killing Light says, I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Well, you too, my dear, and thanks for dropping
Mhm.
by. And thank you for that interesting question. Very much appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Yes, now it's only 10K for yes. Yeah. Isn't that nuts? It's so nuts. They made planning the vacation an event. Yes, they did. Oh my gosh, when you
Yeah.
would get the planning
Mhm.
DVD, when you had a trip planned and they'd send stuff to your house, it's almost time
Yep.
for your trip. Make sure you do this, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. Um, they knew how to do the hype. We would get like the magic bands in advance that would come to the house. And man, we
Luggage
used to,
tags.
yes, that's
Just
right. The
little
luggage.
touches, just little things, and mainly to get the kids excited more than anything, you
Hmm.
know? They don't do those little touches anymore that would get a child excited, but they don't care about the family unit anymore. They
No,
just wanna reach out to the singles and those Disney adults,
yeah.
the Disney adults that aren't procuring children.
Yes. That is very specific. Yes, because if you're going to a Disney park, it used to be when you went to a Disney park, you had kids. Like I told somebody, I went to like a character meal. I must have been exhausted because the cast member, well, she gives everybody the menus, and then the cast member slips me the one. She's like, "You may want. You look like you need to look at this first." But it was like, oh, the character there, they can have like one drink or whatever. It's kind of, it was like that. But for the most part of family atmosphere. But now it's like, okay, let's get all the drawers where we can get sloppy drunk and all of that. And it doesn't there I can't think of anything that Disney has catered to with families within the past, I would say year, 2 years. It'd be fun if they had like a little like family pirate lounge for families, but you really can't make an alcoholic lounge family friendly. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Meanwhile, Universal's opening a kids park in Texas. That's supposed to be coming online soon. Yeah, there's just so much that's going on. Let's see. Just organizing, handing over some things to parents to bring to Florida since they're not driving and flying. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Yeah, they prefer Disney adults and self-described dinks for a while. That's a portion they are ignoring. Meanwhile, say what you want to say about Minions. They make Universal a crap ton of money, and the kids love them. Absolutely love them. And they have so much stuff there for families to do. So Universal's like, fine, we'll take them. If you don't want them, we'll take their money, and yeah, they will spend money. The kids freaking love. There's so much kid friendly stuff at Universal now. It's amazing. It's like what Disney used to be. But before we close out, I just wanna bring up this website. I have used it for years. If you are planning a trip to Disney, or even if you're planning to Universal or Disneyland or whatever, mousesavers.com. This is a site that you want to bookmark. No, I'm not sponsored by Mouse Savers, but I have used them for like, I want to say, God, over 20 years or something like that. They have great articles. Anytime I plan a trip, this is like the first place that I go to because they have different discounts and stuff. They do have their own travel agency. I didn't use it, the travel agency, but I use the information that they have here. This is the site for people who are just like, look, I do not just want to fork Disney over my money or Universal over my money. I just want to see what's available, how to plan, smart ideas about how to plan. And yes, this is a legend of a website. Yes, this website is the OG. This is the OG website. So definitely check out Mouse Savers for real. They are awesome. And apparently Mama Lugo is making Ropavia. Um,
Mhm.
can you let me know when that's done so I can get that?
Yeah,
Oh
she's
my
only
god.
about 2.5 hours away from you.
Can you send some over by curry? Oh my gosh, I love making Ropavia. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorites. That is one of my favorites. So They really are. They really are. But it's like if you don't want us, let's go someplace else. So yes, definitely check out Mouse Savers. Great planning website for pretty much a whole lot of places besides Disney World. So definitely check them out. So wow, I love this show. We just have so much fun giving you guys a lowdown on what's going on, and more importantly, how to like not waste your money at the theme parks. And of course, you guys give us great questions to bounce off of and everything. So I sure do appreciate. Put on your ripple jets and come on. Thank you. Thank you. My family loves it when they do not want to make it, but they wait until I make it. Stuff like Ropa Via, and then they go through it in like 2 days. When you're gonna make more, when you make more stuff. Oh, oh, thank you so much, thank you. So, Erica, what do you
You.
have going on? Let the folks know about, my dear, where they can find you.
I can find us at Erica-Raff, and I'm trying to get something out. Yeah, I'm trying to talk myself into, getting dressed, putting some makeup on, uh, to be more camera ready and get some kind of content out. But it's in the works. We're kind of in the, how do you put it, brainstorming, planning phase. Um, and but for now, just stream hopping. So we'll see what tomorrow, if the weather permits. Today it rained today, so I couldn't. I know. I thought it was going to be sunny, and it wasn't, so I couldn't really film anything. But hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll bust the camera out. It might be more of a home vlog than anything.
Oh, that's okay. That's
Um,
cool too.
but yeah, so we're slowly getting there. But in the meantime, you can find me here or on Pro's channel, T3PO, Lorena Spice Lounge. Yep. I'm just kind of hopping around.
I love it because I remember those days when I would just hop from screen. I don't need a channel. I just drop on other people's channels.
Oh, and thank you, Mamasaurus Rex. That is really sweet. I'm afraid I'd scare everybody away if you saw my bare face.
Sam Wolf, Life of a Military Wife says, Life of the Military Wife. We're doing our panels and you're still on them.
Yes, actually, we do a podcast together. And check out Sam. Yeah, we talk about military life. I'm on at least once a quarter, and I know Sam's got some plans for. She eventually wants to grow into doing this, but talking about military life and helping young spouses and anyone who's new. So that is that's a fun gig. But go check her out. She's got some really good podcasts. If you are thinking about joining, or if you have a young adult child who's thinking about joining and you have all these
Mhm.
questions, Sam is where to go, and she kind of helps you put your mind at ease as to what is military life, what's involved in it.
Mhm. Well, big favor for my mods. Can you guys put the link for Sam Wolf's channel in the chat? Or Erica, you can do it because I know you have a wrench too as well. So
She's on YouTube, Spotify, and X, mostly on Spotify.
oh,
Uh, Sam, if you can give me the link, send it to me on Facebook, and I'll put it here in the chat real quick.
Or if you don't get a chance to put it in the chat, just definitely put it as a comment on the live stream too, because I really do like to hype up, um, military channels and any kind of support, discounts, stuff like that. Uh, because it's like my grandfather was in the army, my uncle was in the army, and one of the best jobs I had of my life was coming up with all kinds of stuff that go pew pew bang, and listen to this, when it comes to when it comes to the military. So should appreciate that. It's my pleasure, my privilege. It's Florentin says, great show as always. Thanks for the contributors for helping.
Raina's crab legs.
It here's the reason why I'm so obsessed with crab legs, okay? Because when I was a kid, okay, and I would get sent down south for the summer, especially in Putnam County, um, crab legs were, I mean, crab was pretty expensive. So it's like they'd save up and then we'd go and just get crab legs from like the fish market, but we would actually pay the guy on the boat in advance to get the really good crabs. So we get those first, and we'd like have a crab boil and just the whole thing with the crabs fighting to get in the pot and all that stuff. And by the time they were done, we're just like eat them. But when I was little, I couldn't crack the crab legs myself, so I had to wait for somebody else to do it so I could eat it. So that's my thing. I just I love, especially, oh gosh, especially snow crabs, Florida stone crabs, even though they're expensive, but they're so delicious. Crab people will reign supreme. Absolutely, Phil Metzger. Absolutely. Oh, your granddad too, World War II. Yeah. Yeah, my grandfather would sit there and tell me stories while smoking a Cuban cigar. Tell me war stories. No one else wanted to listen, but I would sit there and listen. So one of these days, I'll have to tell you guys the war stories. My granddad would tell me. He told me when he was over in Europe, they had like two German shepherds, one named Hitler and one named Mussolini. Yeah. You are welcome. You are welcome, guys. We are here. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you, Tom.
Oh, he got it up there.
Yeah, he did. Thank you. Fine Sam here. Thank you so very much, folks. Please do go check out her channel. She says, I'm currently working on interviewing military spouses and veterans as well, and letting them share their stories. If you have any veterans who you would like their story recorded, okay, to let you know, that would be cool. I love hearing those stories. I love hearing those. They're just they're so cool. I mean, just to sit there and just listen to them. Like, no one really wanted, people got tired of hearing my grandfather tell war stories, but I never got tired of it because I just loved listening. I thought I had strange dog days, but not that strange. I guess because they were over in Europe. That's what they that's what they call. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do, tap stories, he tell me. Okay, cool. So Spotify. Awesome. 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 Okay, folks, we got to roll. As for myself, and I see some people are subbing. Awesome. Wonderful.
Yay!
Spread the word
Awesome.
out too about our channel. I should appreciate that. Let's see. As for myself, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, watch party for the Indonesian action flick, The Raid. You do not want to miss this one. If you love action flicks, you have got to check out this particular film. And I do believe it's available on I think it's on archive.org and I think on Tubi, but either way, awesome film. So we're going to do a watch party for that. Sunday, 8 p.m. Welcome to Florida show. I'm going to take you guys along with me to show you where I find all these crazy ass man stories that come up on the show. So I'll show you where I go to find them. So we're going to do that. And Monday's live stream is going to be from Epic Universe. So I'm going to get a chance to go there again, thanks to, Dan over at Guest Services. So we're going to go, and I should be able to live stream being on the Constellation Carousel because it's kind of slower. So they're going to do that and just have fun checking out parts of the park. I think this time I'll spend more time over at I think over at Isle of Burke and the Wizarding World over there as well. But we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through everything, walk around, see all that stuff. It's gonna be great. Um, I just love taking advantage of the fact that there's not gonna be as many people there. So it's gonna be a blast. I am so gonna video stream. That's right, because you're
Oh,
gonna
you're going to be there on Monday too? Oh my gosh.
He's gonna be there. I think Dan's left the kingdom. I think he's gonna be there. Dad Man and the Dad Man family, they're gonna be there on the
Oh,
28th.
wow.
So
Y'all
yeah,
making me homesick.
it's
Oh,
gonna be it's
goodness.
gonna be it's gonna be fun. So yeah, we're gonna have to meet up. Having lunch at the Atlantic, but we're gonna have to meet up
Ooh.
and hang out.
I want a
It's gonna
full
be
review.
yes,
I want
yes,
a full review.
for real. I wanted to do the Blue Dragon, and I was supposed
Oh,
to.
I
I was
can't.
gonna go
I really want to go.
in May, but it wasn't open for reservations in April. So instead I'm going to the Atlantic. So that's gonna be fun. Yep, epic party. Yeah, we're gonna have an epic party. It's gonna be fun. Drop into the stream. Drop your questions because I love
Yeah.
answering the questions while I'm walking around live streaming. So it's going to be a blast. Well, you do owe me for fixing that bathing machine to the Atlantic with work. Yes, beautiful synergy back there. She's a beautiful beast in a entertainment center for Professor X. So you'll see him jump up here and like stare at the at the fans for a while. I want to be Yeah, I know Disney will block you and stuff like that. So
What?
it's like yeah, with your passes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
they'll block you out. They'll block you out. Can I super chat to get that DK cup at that ice cream place? My niece would love it. I would pay more than it to cost for shipping. You might want to send that to me via PayPal if you would like. Either way. Either way. Super chat, PayPal, no problem. No problem. Or even after the stream, you can do it as a super thanks with a comment uh as uh as well. So going to be a blast because it's probably the last time I'll be at Epic Universe for for quite a while, but it's okay. But it's okay. It's got that brand new theme park smell, and I am flipping flipping loving it. Yeah, it'd be great. It'd be great. Wish I could be at Epic with you all. Yeah. Second best thing.
Yeah.
Second best thing.
We miss a lot of parties as military spouses.
Yeah. Because I tell you, it's a tough life, but a rewarding life from what so many people do.
Mhm.
Like miss out on so many things. And I think a lot of people don't realize the sacrifices that military families
Mhm.
make. I will pay double so we can force you to do this. Okay.
Those disrespectful treats.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Uh especially the macaroni and cheese in a cone
Ugh,
with
that's just
pork
weird.
on it. Yes, it's but man, the kids are
I'm
walking
funny about mac and cheese, so I'm like, "Meh.
around.
Give me some beans and rice, some pork, then we'll talk.
So
With
good.
some plátanos in there, oh yes, just mix it all up. In a Cuban bread cone, oh yes.
I was gonna say if you
You're
want
welcome.
that, you have to go to the Thunder Falls. Thunder Falls restaurant that's over in Jurassic Park and Islands of Adventure.
Mhm.
Yeah, Thunder Falls Terrace. They have some of the best ropa vieja beans and rice.
Oh, ropa
And
vieja and beans and rice at a theme park? I did
yeah,
not know that was a thing.
pulled pork. Oh, but it's so good. It's so good. That's one of my favorite places to go. It's so delicious. Thunder Falls Terrace. It's right there. If you get a good seat, you can see the people getting dropped down the Jurassic Park river ride with all that water.
Mm, I remember that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I keep saying I'm going to review the place, but I eat the food and I forget forget to talk about the food because it's so good. All right, folks, have a amazing rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much for supporting the Resort Recon livecast. Very much appreciated. Those of you watching this on the replay, thank you for watching this on the replay, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.